Hi, good morning to my dear students. So, my name is Dr. C.H. Yadaya, Senior Lecturer in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Husnabad. Today, we are going to learn few more things regarding to the electrical estimation and utilization in EE 505 5th semester diploma students. So up to last class we have seen first chapter where the basic things of electrical wiring, accessories, how to calculate the subcircuits and how to prepare the schedule and different things, IE rules for preparation of electrical house wiring we have seen. In this second chapter we are going to learn further for the large amount of the loads, that is the power loads, where lighting loads in domestic generally in a small house we are generally utilize the power loads less than 1 kilowatts, whereas in commercially or in case of the power loads buildings and apartments the load may increase more than 1 kilowatts. At that condition, what are the precautions, how we are going to calculate subcircuits, what are the other extra provisions, calculations to be done, let us see in this class. Now, here today objective is the wiring layout for an office building with a single phase supply. Wiring layout of big office building with 3-phase supply. And last only the single line wiring diagram of various office buildings. These are the basic things further we are going to learn in this class. Now you can observe this is a one small office building with a single phase supply. Last class we have seen only simple domestic house where it has only single fan, two numbers tube lights, two number bulbs, two numbers lighting sockets, one number power socket. Based on this given load we calculated how many subcircuits and how these are connected to the different places, and we measure the what is the length of the conduit, length of the wire, what are the different accessories. Already we calculate what is the labor cost. We have done in previous class as a problem. We taken the one example problem also, and finally we prepare the schedule. Similarly in this class also we are going to learn, so somewhat load is increases, then what is the procedure. Procedure is a simple same procedure, but here the number of load points increases. So how many procedure is same, so we have to take the lighting loads, how many number of points, and what is the load in wattage, at the same time what is the power points, how many number of power points, and what is the total load. As per IE rules already we have seen, so one lighting load is equal to 800 watts or 10 points. In case of the power load, so 3000 watts or equal to 2 points equal to one subcircuit. So based on this one we are going to once again we calculated number of subcircuits. Here you can see, observe in this building, so what is happening here, is a first floor and second floor, and here first floor there is a red color is the switchboards. You can observe it, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. At the same time in second floor there is a geyser is connected. Here the geyser is the power load. So that purpose power load, lighting load, all loads are mixed. Then in this case how we are going to do the same calculations, let us see. Now this is a single phase. Now if you are observing, in sometimes last class we have seen calculated the load with only government supply from the energy meter. Now some houses there is a possible to the inverter, that is a UPS. If UPS provision is provided in a domestic, then what is the connections? You can observe the connection is the same. From the energy meter we are taking the government supply, and from this one cut out, next is the MCB, the main distribution board, and from the distribution board one of the sub circuit is connected to the input to the inverter, where inverter always charges, converts AC to DC and stores in a battery, and it is ready to supply whenever the main input supply fails. It is connected to the one circuit to the one emergency switches, whether it is a single lamp or fan. This is in addition to the previous calculations. Now you can see here, this is one simple light load in a small domestic appliances. Now coming to the another one. Now if the load increases, how we are going to do? If load increases, so number of steps we are going to involve here. So you can see the main is the MCB, next is the ELCB or RCB, and next coming to the bus bar, and from this one bus bars we are going to connector. You can see here. So here the 3 numbers of sub circuits, and one sub circuit going to the switching circuits, another sub circuit is going to the lighting circuit, and another sub circuit is going to the power loads, geyser. So if increases further, then automatically we are going to increase this one. If further increases load, then what is the position? Now we can see here. Now, so here if the load increases further, then what is the position? If increases further load, nothing will happen. Same, we are going to place number of sub circuits has to increase. At the same time, so we have to calculate the what is the total load. Based on the total load, we are going to calculate the what is the capacity of the input, that wire capacity, that is about 1.5 mm square, 2.5 mm square, or that means 118 wire or 320 wire or 720 wire. That has to increase the input cable. From that one, it is subdivided into the different sub circuits, and each sub circuit is protected by using the MCBs and ELCBs or CCBs. If further increases, instead of MCB we are going to, already we know that, so instead of MCB we are going to use the MCCB, that is the molded case circuit breaker, where so current increases more than 100 amperes, it is advisable for MCCB. Less than 100 amperes, MCB is enough to control the circuits. So you can see here in the figure. So if load increases and number of rooms increases, then we are going to extend the existing system by using the protected wedges, that is the MCBs and DBs. Now you can see this a practical connection in a house. So how you are going to connect and protect the each and every system from electrical shock as well as the fire accidents. Now this is a single phase one. For coming to a big office, for example a big office building with a 3-phase supply, if so in big office there is a possible to provision of ACs, air conditioned systems. It may be 2, 3, 4 based on the number of the size of the bank. At the same time, so in the bathroom the geysers and refrigerators and different type of the loads, power loads may be available in a bank. At that condition, how we are going to do that work? Same, instead of single phase, here we are using the 3-phase switchgear and protection equipments. Here you can observe here is instead of MCB, here used the MCCB in the blue color one. It is the capacity to control everything, and after that we are going to provide the different protective equipments. You can see in the control panel. Now as per our requirement, so what is the what do you mean by the big office? Big office means the load capacity increases. The load may be lighting load also increases as well as the power load also increases. Then how to handle those one? Then let us see. Here, so you can see the 3-phase supply. So So in for a load capacity more than nearly 1 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts, it is advisable to take the input supply itself from the service main to in our premises of the building by using 3-phase supply. So 3 core, 4 wire, the service wire is required, take the supply from the PSSC pole nearby street to our premises. From taking the here we are going to provide the 3-phase energy meter and 3-phase cutouts. From that onwards we are going to the similar to the protective devices, 3-phase isolators and MCCB and bus bars. You can see here the first figure the input supply is coming from bottom. After that we are going to connect the and controlling equipment supply cord, you can see here, and the supply current nearly 100 amperes. This is a breaker and it's a L1, L2, L3 or the 4 terminal, so 3 phases and 1 neutral. And coming to the L1, L2, R phase, Y phase, B phase and neutral, this is a bus bar chamber. In bus bar chamber is provided. From the bus bar chamber we are taking the 3-phase MCB nearly, that is a 100 amperes. From 3-phase MCB, that is a group MCB, from that one once again further R phase, Y phase, B phase is subdivided, and from this one if required it is a 1-phase and neutral taken from the this bottom side, and 3-phase supply going to the 3-phase load. From 3-phase we can take the single phase or we can take the 3-phase supply. So here one 3-phase, we can see the left side 3-phase load, whereas in left side here is the right side we are going to take the only this is the single phase supply, and further we are going to the another loads by going to extension of this one. So this is the basic idea of 3-phase supply in a domestic appliances, and this circuit diagram is implemented by using the latest protective devices, that is the MCBs. You can see similarly here what is happening, this is a top, from the top we are getting the 3-phase supply, and from 3-phase supply we are going to take the 3-phase MCCB and we are going to take the isolators. You can see this is the diagram also, and from this one at the same time we are going to the here one single phase, here is another single phase, here is another single phase. So that means R phase, Y phase, B phase we taken from the 3-phase supply, and from this one R phase is connected to the sub circuits. Here is a 5 sub circuits, here is the 4 sub circuits, and bottom is the 3 sub circuits given to the different loads. This is a 3-phase domestic appliance basic idea. Now let us see. So let us assume this is a one building. We are going to calculate its what is the lighting load, how many number of points, what is the total load, how many sub circuits. Based on the sub circuits, how you are going to connect it with the protective equipments. Let us assume this is the first floor and ground floor. So for example, you can observe the office building is a bank. Then let us assume. Now, so each first floor as well as ground floor having the some load. So this load you can observe here, and for example, you take the ground floor as this figure. Assume this one. A ground floor is a bank. It has a number of sections. Each section may be illuminated with using the PVC casing. You can observe here, and each is provided with electricity. So this number of portions you can see here, number of portions are how many number of portions you can see here. So based on the number of portions, number of points, how many number of points of fans and sockets, so based on this one we are going to calculate. Now for example, shall we start first? Here is we take the manager room. So because the bank manager room is the main primary room, from the manager room load, because you can take the surface conduit wiring, it has some load. What is the load? Let us assume in manager room. So the following load is assumed in a model office building. So that is equal to, so manager room having the 2 fans. So each fan capacity 80 watts we are assumed previously. That is the total load is the 2 into 80, that is the 160 watts. Now another 3 lights. Each light capacity is 60 watts then 3 into 60 is equal to 180 watts, and one socket, one lighting socket, 5 amperes, that is the capacity is 100 watts. This is the load, lighting load in manager room. Now, so what is this one? Total load is equal to 160 plus 180 plus 100, that is equal to the 440 watts. This is the lighting total load. Now, coming to the remaining portion. So, in ground floor, so this is the number of cabins. You can observe is the 1, 2, 3, 4 cabins are we are observing. So, by taking the each cabin having the some load, computer load, some other loads, lighting load, this one. Now, you calculate the this load, number of points load also. Now, what is the load? Now, wiring diagram of the office building. Now, ground floor having the 4 rooms, each room having the following light load. What is the load? We are, these are the all loads that we are assuming. So, practically you will give the load, otherwise we are assuming. Now, in ground floor we are assuming each room contains 2 fans. That is equal to 1 fan capacity is 80 watts, 2 into 80 is equal to 160 watts, and 3 lights 60 watts, 3 into 60 is equal to 180 watts. Next, one lighting socket that is 100 watts, 1 into 100 is equal to 100 watts. Now, total power is equal 440 watts. Now, how many rooms? Here is 4 rooms. The one room having the equal, for assuming the equal load, that is 440 for each room into 4, that is going to 1760 watts. This is the lighting load in ground floor. Now, so coming to the first floor. In the first floor having the same some of the portions, 3 portions, 1, 2, 3 portions having the different electrical lighting loads. Now, at the same time, it may be contained the, first of all, we are assuming the lighting loads. It may bank may be contained the some air conditioners or different power loads also. So, first of all, you calculate the lighting loads based on the available number of portion, available loads. Now, in this first floor, we are assuming the 3 portions having the 3 portions, 3 loads. How much each portion having the load assumed as a, one is the 3 fans. It contains each room having the 3 fans. Each fan having the 80 watts, and 3 lights 180 watts, and one lighting socket is 100 watts. Total power is equal 520 watts. Now, this is the lighting load in first floor. So, into how many portions? 3 portions. Into 3, we are going to get the 1560 watts. This is the lighting load in first floor, in manager room, and in ground room. Then we calculate the total. So, ground floor and first floor are having the following power loads also. So, let us calculate. What is the power loads? Here, power points are 6. So, 3 in each floor. So, 3 power points in first floor, 3 in upper first floor. First floor and ground floor having the 3 each. Now, ACs are connected the 2. ACs also containing the 2. That the total load is the 8 power loads. Now, the division of load among the various subcircuits. So, how we are going to subcircuit? Total light load and number of points. So, we calculated manager room, ground floor, first floor, each and number of points. At the same time, we are going to calculate. So, what is the power load? Let us see lighting load. First of all, manager room having the 6 points and 440 watts. Previously, we have seen 6 points, 440 watts, and remaining ground floor total 4 portions, that is 24 points and 1760 watts, and first floor having the 21 points and 1560 watts. This is the total building lighting load. Then total it. So, what is the number of points? So, 6 plus 24 plus 21 is nearly 51 points, and the total load sum up 440 plus 1760 plus 1560, we are going to nearly 3760 watts. So, as already we know that as per IE rules, each lighting subcircuit 800 watts is equal to 1 subcircuit, or 10 points is equal to 1 subcircuit. Based on this IE rules, so let us divide this. How many numbers of? So as per the IE rule, the 51 by 10, that is equal to 5.1. So we are neglecting the 1 point. Then we are assuming is the 5 points. 51 by 10 is equal to 5. That means 5 sub-circuits or 3760 total wattage by 800 watts, that is equal to 4.7. That is equal to nearly 5 points. Here is a 5 points, here is a 4.7. So whichever is the highest value, you have to take that one. So that totally we are assuming as a total sub-circuits are the 5 sub-circuits for lighting loads. Here, so 3 sub-circuits for the ground floor and 2 sub-circuits for the first floor. Okay, now coming to the power load calculations. Now total power load and number of points. Similarly, so ground floor having the 3 points 300 watts and first floor having the 3 points 3000 watts and AC points 2 points 2000 watts. Now total sum up, then what as per the IE rules, here in this case what will happen? So 3000 is equal to 1 sub-circuit or 2 points is equal to 1 sub-circuit. 2 points is equal to 1 sub-circuit or 300 watts is equal to 1 sub-circuit as per the IE rules in a power loads. Now as per the IE rules, so here what is happening? Total 8 points by 2 points is equal to 4 or 8000 watts by 3000 watts, we are going to 2.6. Here is the 4 points, here is the 3 points. Now what is happening? So total points are the 4. So sorry, here 3 points, but actually the 4 points, because 2.6 is a less, here is a 4. We have to take, so we have to take the only 4 as a sub-circuits. In this case, 2 sub-circuits for the ground floor and 2 sub-circuits for the first floor. These are the things you have to remember. Now, so I think you are understood. Here is some sub-circuits. Already these calculations are done in previous classes. Similarly, if the load increases, the first floor, second floor, ground floor, different loads, then whatever the load, you first sum up total lighting load and measure the total number of points. As per IE rules, you convert it. So whichever is the getting the higher value, we take the as a number of sub-circuits. Now similarly, power loads also same, add it number of points and divide the as per IE rules by divided by 3000, we are going to the sub-circuits. Whichever is the higher value, we take as a consider as a that is the sub-circuits for that floor as per this protection purpose. Now so we have the 5 sub-circuits for lighting load and 4 sub-circuits for power loads. Now you can see the figure here. RYBN is the 3-phase supply, R phase, Y phase, B phase and neutral as a 3-phase supply. As we know that R phase, Y phase, B phase have the line voltages, each line voltage having the 440 volts and 50 Hz frequency, and neutral is the common. Now 3-phase DB is connected here, and for the ground floor you connect it how many 2 power circuits. Another is the, you can see the another from 3-phase DB we are going once again we are going to use a group ICTPN, iron clad triple pole and a neutral link connected with the ICTP switch, where it has the controlling switch. Now from this one it is connected to the fuse wire, it connected to the 3 phases R phase, Y phase, B phases. Now here R phase is connected to the 2 power points and Y phase also connected to the power points, whereas the B is connected to the 3 sub-circuits, sub-circuits 1, sub-circuit 2, sub-circuit 3 is connected, because to balance the 3-phase supply, R phase having the power circuits, Y phase having the power circuits, as well as this lighting load having the 3 sub-circuits. So thereby, so nearly R phase, Y phase is the load balance takes place by using the in ground floors. Now similarly, going to the first floor. In first floor also, to control this purpose, we are using the another controlling device, that is the iron clad triple pole with a neutral link provided to, so just like the protective equipment. From these three phases, R phase, Y phase and B phase, here also R phase connected the power circuit and Y phase also connected the power circuits, and coming to the B phase is connected to the only lighting load. That means in first floor and second floor itself both are connected with the only lighting loads, whereas the R phase and Y phase connected to the power loads. Power loads as a capacity will draw. So here you can see the R phase having the two power circuits, Y phase having the two power circuits, whereas the B phase having the 5 sub circuits with the lighting load less than 1000 watts. So these are the circuit diagram generally implemented in our electrical system. This is the one simple thing we are going to do this one, I think. So now what we have done here, so first we taken the building. So first floor, what is the total load, what is the total number of points, and first floor, what is the number of points, what is the load. We added the things, we calculated number of sub circuits. Based on the number of circuits, so we are calculated these circuits. Now how we are going to calculate the current? So current can be calculated by based on the formula. In case of single phase, the current is equal, so what is the formula? I is equal power by, so V into cos phi, power factor. That means the total power already you measured in lighting load. What is the total power? Power is we calculated for the 3 first floor and ground floor total load, we have the power load. At the same time calculate the power load as well as the lighting load. Both loads are added up and divided by, so if in case of a 3-phase supply, so we by that is the power is equal in 3-phase supply, power is equal root 3 VL IL cos phi. Now here P is equal total power. The total power means is a lighting load power and 3-phase power load power, the sum of it. So we are going to get the total power P, and that is called root 3. Root 3 is a common, and VL is the line voltage. In case of the 3-phase supply, we are taking the input, that is a 440 volts. And so IL we are going to calculate. I is a unknown value, and cos phi is generally in domestic we are taking the, so NPDCL or CPDCL, just we are assuming is a 0.85 lag is a power factor. So by substituting these values, here is a root 3 and voltage is equal 440 volts and 0.85 into IL, so unknown value is equal total power we measured, that the total power is equal lighting load power plus power load power total. So we know the total load, we know the voltage, we know the power factor, we know the root 3, then IL easily calculated, that is the total current. Then we are going, once we are going to get the total current, that load current, full load current, that means once at a time, if you are switched on all supplies at a time, how much current is flowing, that is a full load current. But actually, so full load current, normal current under normal condition, so the full, that is the full load current. But what will happen with the nature of the loads in AC? Suppose in case of the large capacity consumer loads, anyway, where it has the refrigerators and air conditioners and small pump sets, motors. So what will happen? These are the inductive loads. So once inductive loads switched on, initially it will draw the 5 to 7 times as a starting current. Some inrush current may be higher values. That means due to the high starting current, so it will draw the initially a large amount of the current. If the current may be higher value, it will simply heated the input wire, that is the connecting wire, I square R T by J, then automatically the wire will heat it and the insulation failures, total short circuit may be occurred. To avoid this one, so we are going to withstand this high current by assuming the instead of full load current, you can take the 2 times of the full load current is the normally. So actually, so we are not switched on the all supplies at a time. So if switched on, so some time by time varies, we are going to switch on, switch off this one. So if that purpose we take the tolerance value, now you take the full load current into 2 times, we are going to the starting current. That is the starting current capacity. Based on the starting current, based on available standard charts, and we are going to choose the what is the size of the wire, whether is the 118 wire 1 by 1.5 mm or 1 by 2.5 mm square, or different wires. So whether it's whether this is capable for the 118 wire, 320 wire, or 720 wires. So as per, if you know this full load current, multiply with the 2, we are going to starting current. So this starting current and voltage range, we are going to choose the what is the size of the PVC copper wire or aluminum wire. So based on the standard chart, we are going to select it. This is the one method we are going to calculate the selection of size of the conductor. Now similarly, so previously we have seen next, so where we are going to place this number of points. So now we have seen some points, some lamps are placed in the roof, some lamps are placed on the side. These are the ones. So based on the requirement of the consumers, we are going to measure the length of the conduit. Here we are going to use the surface conduit or concealed conduit. So based on the position of the load points, so we are going to measure how much length is required conduit. The number of size of the conduit is dependent upon the number of wires drawn inside the conduit. That is based on the load. If load increases, number of wires drawn. If more number of wires is increases, then we can run the parallel 2 or 3 parallel paths for a lighting load also. But in case of the power loads, each power load has to drawn separate sub-circuit, separate a conduit has to drawn to the power loads. Generally, for the power loads, is a metal surface conduit is advisable, but in a domestic purpose we are using the concealed PVC wire also we considerable. These are the basic ideas of the things. Now we know that how many number of sub-circuits. Now we know that what is the current rating of conductors, and now we know based on this current rating, we are going to choose as the what is the MCCB, the mold MCCB, there is a MCB, and to increase that one, we are going to use the another type, that is the increased MCCB, and size of the few cutouts, the ratings, all switchgear and protections, we are going to increase that one based on the current rating increases. So this is the one thing we have to remember one. So remember, after that we are going to calculate what is the length of the conduit. So length of the conduit depend upon the place where we are going to provide the points, bulb points or fan points or tube light points. So from this one, we are going to, as per IE rules, the switchboard should be provided above the 1.5 meters, and horizontal run should be run from 0.5 meters from the roof, and so DSB and distribution board will be placed at the 2.75 meters from the ground. These are the already we have seen. As per the IE rules, we are drawn this one. So based on this one, we are going to calculate what is the horizontal length, what is the vertical up, what is the vertical down. By accumulating this all things, just like previously we calculated one problem, same procedure. By calculating this problem, we are going to get the length of the conduit plus or minus 10%, that is the wastage. We are going to get the total length of the conduit. Once we are getting the total length of the conduit, so now the length of the PVC copper wire, that is in case of the single phase, we are going to into 3 times. Now here we are going to the R phase, Y phase, B phase, neutral. So that purpose we have to multiply with the 4 or 5 times. So plus or minus 15% wastage. So we are going to get so here what is happening in here not 5 times, because what is all are not connected the power loads, 3 phase supplies. Only we are connected the few of the 3 phase limited refrigerators and air conditioner 3 phase. Remaining are the lighting loads. So into multiply 3, so nearly we are going to get the approximately wires, how much the length of the PVC wires. And next we are going to accessories. How many junction boxes required, how many PVC bends are required, how many PVC sealing roses, holders, all are the accessories we are going to calculate. And this all things calculation after getting the all these values, we are summarize in a table. So that is the schedule. You prepare the one schedule based on the available accessories and its cost. So what is the number of quantity, how many number, suppose for example 3-phase junction box, how many is required, and what is the each one cost. Last class we have seen the approximate rate also. So you prepare one schedule. So schedule will give the how many quantity of the materials, approximately cost, and what is the specifications, easy to understand. Now finally we are going to calculate the labor cost. So that is the labor cost, nothing but what is happened labor cost. It indicates the labor cost. Labor cost indicates, so each point how much amount is taken. So previously in lighting load we are taking the each labor, so nearly 100 rupees. Now based on the number of points, already we know the power points and lighting points. So based on these points we are going to calculate into some 100 rupees or 200 rupees or 300 rupees based on the requirement of the skilled person. We are going to calculate the schedule. So after getting the schedule, after getting the labor cost, we prepare the schedule, that is the approximate cost and cost of the total installation in a big building. These are the procedure comparing to the previous one, just enhancement only, I think. So this is one thing you have to remember. And now you can see the okay, these are the power loads. And so practically you can see the switchgear and protections, how the 3-phase supply is coming. And this is R phase, Y phase, B phase. You can see the colors of the cables, input to the this terminal, the MCCB. From this MCCB it is connected to the bus bar. From the bus bar you are going to the upper side, and lower side is the sub circuits is going to the different places. Now so here is another thing, that is the distribution box with the protective and controlling switch devices. Generally you can observe this one, and this is also another one. And you can observe here what is happening. So it has a number of MCBs. So which MCB is regarding to the which room. So that can be that confusion can be avoided by stickering the nameplates. You can see the here some here, so far as a college, here is the what is the name? Here is a stop MCB. This is stop 1, stop 2, and is another is the you can showroom. Okay, a showroom. Next is professor's room, and these are the different. So by stickering this one, so we are going to easily identify so which MCB is controller for the which room, which light. So that is easily identification. This is another trick for the knowing this one. Now I think now so let us summarize what we have learned today. Now so we have studied about the wiring layout of the wiring layout of an office building with a single phase supply, and wiring layout of a big office building with a 3-phase supply, and single line wiring diagram for the of various buildings. So these are the calculation of lighting load for a big building. So whether it is a single store and the double store or the multi-store building, whether it is a small building or big building, but the procedure is same. So whatever you first you identify the loads, calculate the total number of loads, identify the number of points, whether it is the lighting points or power points, the differentiate the how many number of lighting loads, what is the wattage, number of points, and what is the number of power loads, find it and sum up the wattage. Total load you summarize, then you are going to get the what is the capacity of the input protective switch gear items. At the same time as per IE rule, you calculate the what is the number of sub circuits. Based on the number of circuits, you provide the switching the MCBs for each sub circuit, which can be protect the each room if any fault occurs in the rooms. After that, so find that, so what is the length of the conduit, then multiply with the 3 times, we are going to get the single phase, the length of the wire, and you find out the number of PVC accessories and switches, all things, and you tabulate this all things, it becomes a schedule. After getting the schedule, so what is the approximate cost for the labor cost, then we will give the overall idea and overall items idea, and cost will give the some approximate value. This is a total estimation and installation cost of a domestic wiring. I think this is enough for you, and if you are having any doubts, so you can ask. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.